The most important end-of-year accolade is upon us. It's New Year's Eve 2022, and these are the Scream Blast Repeat Top 50 Albums of the Year. Let's start with the first 10. At number 50, we have Italian progressive metalcore quintet Deathrattle with So Much Too Soon. At 49, we have English prog metal heroes Threshold with Dividing Lines. English progressive sludge duo Tuskar take the number 48 spot with their debut album Matriarch. Do you like avant-garde metal? Swiss-American experimentalist Zeal and Ardor come in at number 47 with their self-titled album. International supergroup Absent in Body, featuring ex-members of Sepultura and Neurosis, come in at 46 with their post-metal debut, Plague God. At 45, we have Japanese experimental metal legend Sigh with Shiki. English death doom quartet Enchantment released their first album in 28 years. They take the number 44 slot in our charts with Cold Soul Embrace. Lauren Hart and Logan Mader return this year with the third Once Human album. Scarweaver secures the number 43 spot. At 42, we have Norwegian black metal legends Darkthrone with Astral Fortress. Coming in at 41 is American black and thrash trio Yatra with Born into Chaos. Are you still with us? Do you like mathcore? Atlanta's the Callous Daoboys hit the number 40 spot with Celebrity Therapist. At 39, we have another mathcore legend, Norma Jean lit up 2022 with their latest album, Deathrattle Sing For Me. Coming in at 38 is English black metal duo Thundering Hooves with their sophomore album, Radiance. They were one of the most talked about underground artists of 2022 when Scottish avant-garde metal collective Ashenspire take the number 37 spot with Hostile Architecture. Hertfordshire, England is the location for number 36 with Everest Queen and their magnificent progressive post-metal album Murmurations. The band that needed a comeback in 2022 was San Francisco progressive death metal quartet Fallujah. They take the number 35 spot with Empyrean. Hello Max Cavalera. Soulfly returned this year with a fine piece of death thrash. Their album Totem secures the number 34 slot on this chart. At number 33, we have South Africa's ethereal metal sensations Constellatia with Magisterial Romance. Singapore grindcore heroes Wormrot released their first album in 6 years, and they take the 32 spot on this chart with Hiss. Congratulations to Long Island thrash quartet Extinction AD for producing a fine piece of muscular thrash metal with Culture of Violence. They take the number 31 position. We're getting closer to the top 25 albums of 2022. Now is the time to pause and nip to the toilet or grab a drink. At number 30, we have English prog rock favourites Pure Reason Revolution with Above Cirrus. At 29 are Swedish black metal fiends Watain with the Agony and Ecstasy of Watain. Coming in at number 28 is Evil Becomes Rule by post-punk goth legends Christian Death. American hardcore bruisers Terror take the number 27 position on the chart with Pain Into Power. Ex-Dillinger Escape Plan vocalist Greg Puciato secures the number 26 spot with his sophomore solo album Mirrorcell. This is where things become interesting. Strap yourself in for the Golden 25 of 2022. At number 25, we have The Long Road North by Swedish post-metal innovators Cult of Luna. They released it on the 11th of February via Red Creek Records. It's the duty of all music reviewers to look beyond the hype and uncritical acclaim, but Cult of Luna are too enchanting to ignore. They might be the darlings of the sophisticated art school side of metal, but they can still take to the stage with the world's heaviest bands. This is a fine album that gets better with each listen. At number 24, we have Dutch hardcore post-metal collective Throwing Bricks with their album The Burden. They released it on the 28th of October via Tartarus Records. 9 songs of hysterical outpouring and muscular guitars would not grow monotonous with this level of intensity and emotion. But Throwing Bricks enter the stage of psychopathy that shows erratic impulse control and a tendency to take risks. And it works wonders. At number 23, we have Italian avant-garde doom quartet Messa with Close. They released it on the 11th of March via Svart Recordings. Close demands your attention and imagination. It allows you to daydream on its terms, but never independent of them. This is sophisticated metal music that draws its power from the art gallery and biblioteca as much as the furnaces and factories of Western Europe. At number 22, we have Canadian progressive thrash legends Voivod with Synchro Anarchy. They released it on the 11th of February via Century Media. We said that Voivod could create a new cycle of classics, and they succeed here in completing the trilogy that started in 2013. In the late 1980s, Killing Technology, Dimension Hatros, and Nothing Face were the most revered series of 3 in prog metal. Now they have a second one in their repertoire. Coming in at 21 is Disharmonium Undreamable Abysses by French atmospheric black metalers Bloodhouse Nord. They released it on the 20th of May via Debamer Morty Productions. Now on their 14th LP, the trio continue to push their music into new realms, and Disharmonium Undreamable Abysses is yet another challenge to your idea of Bloodhouse Nord. It might be easy to say it now. Does anything sound like this? Which albums made it into the Golden 20? At number 20 is This World Is Going to Ruin You by American metalcore and mathcore quartet Vain FM. They released it on the 4th of March via Nuclear Blast. You might think This World Is Going to Ruin You is a bit light on content with a modest running time of 32 minutes. Don't be fooled by this. Vain FM is a rebirth with a new name and an improved sound, and this LP will invigorate those looking for something chaotic yet exciting. At number 19 is Belgian progressive post-metal trio Psychonaut with Violate Consensus Reality. They released it on the 28th of October via Pelagic Records. We're right to compare Psychonaut with the post-metal greats of today, and they could join this pantheon over the next decade if they produce anything as good as Violate Consensus Reality between now and 2030. This album is a stunning hybrid of imagination and aggression. Gregor McIntosh's extreme metal quartet Strigoi arrive at number 18 with Viscera. They released it on the 30th of September via Season of Mist. Viscera is a thrilling piece of grimy extreme metal that reminds you why the darkest path is often the most fertile for the creative imagination. Those of you that despair of the quantized guitars and typewriter drums of modern metal will have your faith restored after one listen to this record. We're staying in England for number 17. Rollo Tomasi produced another fine album with their latest effort, Where Myth Becomes Memory. They released it on the 4th of February via Monarch Heavy Records. Rollo Tomasi might be one of the most acclaimed bands of the last decade, but the approbation is justified. This is another emotional roller coaster that unites the worlds of alternative rock and extreme metal in a sparkling silhouette of beauty and brutality. They call their music Death Gaze. Arizona's Kardashev take the number 16 spot with Liminal Right. They released it on the 10th of June via Metal Blade Records. Seldom do you hear a record and wonder if its creators are onto something beyond the comprehension of that which came before it. Time will tell if Liminal Right proves to be influential on the evolution of modern metal, but you can be sure it'll go down as a cult classic. It's one of the most intense albums of 2022, and Canadian extreme noise rock quartet Chem Mode light up number 15 with Null. We know not to expect a party album from the Matthewson brothers, but their vision of extreme noise rock is every bit as imaginative and as visceral as Botch and Neurosis. There's a reason why many people are unaware of them. Listen to their music. The mainstream will be a dangerous place if Chem Mode were part of it. Swedish progressive metal bruisers Mass Worship made us sit up and take notice with their sophomore effort, Portal Tombs. They come in at number 14 for the record they released on the 4th of February via Century Media Records. It's too early to speculate if we're witnessing the birth of a next generation leader, but Mass Worship are onto something unique here. This is a sophisticated album that will appeal to a sludge metal audience as well as the more artsy crowd of the avant-garde. Congratulations to English doom metal quintet Famine for landing the lucky 13th position on this chart with To the Ground Below. They released it on the 13th of May via Smart Records. Doom metal has the capacity to evolve and experiment, yet it can also invigorate with the same colour palette and hand tools used by the greats. Famine understand that the fundamentals need not change too much if you aim for immortality. This is a fine record. At number 12 is Pathos by English progressive sludge quartet Conjurer. They released it on the 1st of July via Nuclear Blast. Conjurer's heaviest riffs pulsate with discordant fret shapes that sting like violent splashes of vegetable oil in a red-hot frying pan. This is sophisticated music. Think art school metal from the factory floor rather than the coffee shop. Arriving at number 11 is the experimental blackened death metal of Dutch duo Knepelput with Telurgang. They self-released it on the 25th of October. This is an album that will often perplex you and will always keep you guessing, but it's an exhilarating ride even if your mind cannot fathom every twist and turn. How did something as innovative as this remain on the shelf for 15 years? Now's the moment where you become nervous. Surely your favourite bands made the Scream Blast Repeat Top 10 Albums of the Year, right? At number 10 is visceral English alternative hardcore quartet Ithaca with They Fear Us. They released it on the 29th of July via Hassel Records. Music as urgent as this can create the illusion of invincibility, but you'll find a fragile serenity underneath the bone-crushing violence and intricate guitar embroidery. The breadth of imagination will leave you in awe. Ithaca are the real deal, and this is a magnificent work of art. Do you like experimental doom metal? Now's your chance to give it a try. At number 9 is Portland, Oregon trio 8 Bells with Legacy of Ruin. They released it on the 25th of February via Prophecy Productions. Legacy of Ruin uncovers a glimpse of beauty among the maudlin angst of its creators, but you're under no illusions. Nothing lasts forever. We shall all perish in the end, and this is the record that can prepare you for the afterlife. At number 8 is Ooh La La by French metal weirdos Transat. They released it on the 1st of April via Clonosphere Records. Seldom can we say that a modern LP deserves an instant comparison to Faith No More's Angel Dust, but Ooh La La aims high and follows no rules. It's a stunning tour de force that takes prog metal to bizarre new territory and blazes forth like the man whose feeding hand cannot be bitten. Coming in at number 7 is Virginia chaotic hardcore quartet Terracell with Caustic Light. They released it on the 7th of October via Fisher King Records. Caustic Light is the depiction of a person losing their ability to function in a society that will never recognize them. We'd be worried about the state of mind of the author if these lyrics were public posts on Facebook. This is art that captures the emptiness and despair of the unsettled mind. It's also a magnificent piece of unhinged, metallic hardcore. They were the death metal band with the most pressure on their shoulders in 2022, but Venom Prison delivered. They take the number 6 spot on this chart with Erebos. They released it on the 4th of February via Century Media. This is a death metal album, and a colossal one at that. Erebos confronts the genre's biggest weakness, overkill, and leaves you satiated like a diner who's just finished their dessert with enough room to order another drink. At number 5 are American prog metal sensations Wilderun with their album Epigon. They released it on the 7th of January via Century Media. How Wilderun match the ambition and musicianship on future albums will be one of the most intriguing developments over the next decade. Epigon is a monumental effort that'll caress and crush you in equal measures. Coming in at number 4 is Australian progressive metalcore quartet Northlane with their groundbreaking album Obsidian. They released it on the 22nd of April via Believe Records. Northlane earned the right to shape the mainstream on their terms with their last record, and they continue with the same momentum here. Obsidian shows that metalcore can evolve. Northlane might even be one album ahead of Code Orange in charting its future. At number 3, we congratulate the mighty Machine Head for their triumphant return in 2022. They got their career back on track with their 10th album, Of Kingdom and Crown, and they released it on the 26th of August via Nuclear Blast. Machine Head deliver here with middle fingers raised, but they also unearth a career highlight to follow in the wake of Burn My Eyes and The Blackening. The excitement does not abate after multiple listens. If only the metal establishment in their own country would put them on the same pedestal they occupy in Europe. Crash landing at number 2 is the emotional brilliance of Dutch sextet Gold with This Shame Should Not Be Mine. They released it on the 1st of April via Artifact Records. They appealed to the indie rock and dark alternative crowds, but now they find themselves thrust into the uneasy listening world. It's a borderland where metal, avant-garde and IDM listeners parlay when looking for something outside their comfort zones. This Shame Should Not Be Mine is a stunning piece of art that should see the Dutch group gain recognition way beyond Europe. Which of your favourite albums did we miss? Will it be our number 1? Drum roll please. At number 1, we have the debut self-titled album from Anglo-French metallic hardcore quartet Cage Fight. They released it on the 13th of May via Spineform Records and Candlelight Records. Those of you that still harbour the wildest fantasies about what might have happened to Sepultura if they pursued a different direction in 1996 will be booking a week off work to cope with the euphoric fury of this album. This is a sensational debut effort that will resonate for years to come. Congratulations to Cage Fight for landing the number 1 spot on this chart. Let us know in the comments which albums we missed, which ones should have been higher in the chart. Did we follow the herd with certain choices? Which genres did we neglect in our top 50? Let's start a conversation. Enjoy 2023 and thanks for watching throughout 2022. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and, more importantly, please visit our website at www.screenblastrepeat.com for the latest album and EP reviews from established, up-and-coming, and unsigned artists in the worlds of extreme metal, prog, and dark alternative.